This is the story of Colin Bodill and Jennifer Murray. Their mission? To achieve what no man or woman has achieved. To be the first to circumnavigate the globe in the simplest of flying machines. Jennifer in her single-engined helicopter and Colin in his microlight. Aided and abetted by little more than their wits, the elements, 3 support pilots, and 2 journalists to record the event. They were friends in high places. After 18 months of planning, Colin and Jennifer finally left London and began their round-the-world record-breaking attempt.
Well, I'm a lady on a mission. I'm about to fly around the world, going for a solo world record in my helicopter.
Jennifer Murray, well, she said to me, what are you doing in the year 2000? I said, well, I'm flying around the world in my microlight. I said, why don't you give me a bit of a race with your helicopter?
Fly low over the...
In the first 10 days, these 2 modern-day explorers flew the length of Europe and across the Mediterranean Sea before entering the deserts of the Middle East. From Amman in Jordan, Colin pressed on to Hyle in Saudi Arabia, but Jennifer's challenge was already in jeopardy. Her helicopter was grounded with a mechanical failure that wasted valuable time.
We'll get it fixed. It's just the positive attitude required.
When I did my magneto checks, I found the magneto had gone. And of course Colin had already set off, so thus started the first of our days of separation.
In the end, it took 24 hours for a British registered engineer to fly out from the UK and fix the faulty magneto.
We're ready to go. We're about to cross the hottest place on Earth.
So, after a tortuous delay, Jennifer's challenge was back on. The 59-year-old grandmother would soon be reunited with Colin in Saudi Arabia, after taking in the desert scenery, that is.
These are some albino camels, absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Reunited and rested, the team made preparations for the next leg.
Yesterday was beautiful. Today, Q8. Colin's nearly ready. We're still here refueling. Tortoise and hare, eat your heart out. We're going to give this tortoise a head start. And there he is on the threshold.
Before departure, Colin booked his place on Saudi Arabia's front pages. And Jennifer? Well, she was also making headline news.
There's no getting away from it. I'm old. I'm 60 years old today. I'm an old age pensioner.
Unfortunately, the light mood was not to last long. With the increasing desert heat comes turbulent air, arch enemy of microlight pilots.
Everybody's talking on our internal frequency. Suddenly, Colin came on the radio and has a big problem.
We don't know whether it's going to go down, something big has broken. But at least we've got his coordinates and we're going to try and find him.
Over the desert, I had my second exhaust failure. Actually, this time the exhaust completely broke on all its fittings, apart from one rubber mounting, which holds it.
At the moment, he says it's fairly stable. He's keeping an eye on whether it gets worse, but getting worse means, you know, it's a big event.
And had it fallen off into the propeller, it might have knocked one blade off the propeller. And if it had knocked one blade off the propeller, it's extremely seriously bad for him, because the out-of-balance condition of his propeller would almost certainly tear the engine out of his aircraft. And with that much weight missing from his weight-shift microlight, he'll lose control and fall into the desert.
And just managed to reach round after stretching and grab hold of the exhaust. Melted my glove on the exhaust, but managed to hold on to it.
We kept interrogating him as to his position, so that we would know where he was. What actually happened, after about 20 minutes, we got no reply from him.
We haven't had Colin for a while. That's not good.
It looked like we were going to go and have to scrape Colin off the desert floor somewhere.
We talked about if one of us actually had a catastrophic, if one of us was killed, what would we do? And we only went to the extent of saying, well, I don't think I'd have the heart to go on. And then both of us saying, but I'd rather you did go on.
And after about 20 minutes, I think, well, I'm surprised I've not heard from anyone at all. You know, it's gone completely quiet. And I was struggling to use the radio because I was holding the exhaust in one hand anyway. So.
After 20 minutes, he comes on the radio and says, "Hi guys, how's it going?" So, what? Where the hell have you been?
But then I've looked round and realised I'd pulled the cable out of the intercom system.
After that scare, the team maintained constant radio contact and were hugely relieved to arrive safely in Kuwait.
I've just taken the exhaust off and it's gone into an engineer shop to be welded, but that's not very acceptable for a long period. It certainly won't get around the world. I'm going to have to send for some new exhausts. I made it here, luckily. And we're still going.
And I want to give you a break.
Jennifer's birthday today, so happy birthday.
You nearly spoiled my birthday.
Sorry.
The legacy of the Gulf War is still very much in evidence in Kuwait, but the team had no time for sightseeing. They were already several days behind schedule, and the strain was beginning to tell.
I've had enough of the sand and dust and turbulence and 13,000 feet and the heat and having cylinder head temperatures really high.
And we're going to fly down the length of the Gulf to Dubai, 480 nautical miles. So it'll be quite testing, quite hard. It's also very hot.
At first, the visibility was ruined by a high-altitude sandstorm, but when this cleared, the spectacular sights of the Gulf were revealed.
That is a monster shark. Look at the size of that thing. Its head must be 3 or 4 feet wide. I mean, wow. Well, this is Dubai. After 6 hours of flying down the Arabian Gulf with Iran on our left and the rest of Arabia on our right, we're finally getting a splendid sight. This new town they've made, very impressive.
Early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy breakfast.
Day 15 and we're all in one piece, I'm happy to say. Yeah, feeling much better about life generally with having got my helicopter all put back together and really running sweetly now. Oh, it makes such a difference. We got a long trip today. It's about 800 miles. A long one. We hope we're going to get in before dark.
It's actually not that hot. It's 40 degrees C outside. It's probably about 50 in here, which isn't that bad. I mean, it's about 100. It's over 120 Fahrenheit. Look at the mountains ahead. Very distinctive. Just looming out of the murk.
Sending call sign for helicopters.
We're getting quite a bit of updrafting here, which is very nice. Beautiful rock formations. Oh yes. Whoa, beautiful. Beautiful. Coming into the coast of Jawani and then along past Gwadar.
Well, we've just come out of Iranian airspace, we're into Pakistani airspace, and we're just about 5 miles from the coast. So it'd be nice to see some land again.
From the Gulf, the team continued further east along the coast of Pakistan. An extraordinarily bizarre coastline, huge pillars of corroded limestone dwarfing the aircraft.
Oh, this is so good.
When we crossed into Pakistan, going along the coast there, it was stunning. The most beautiful coast you've ever seen in the world.